will take the. Let's keep on going. For the rest of the person, like Linda says, I mean, no sé si entendí, si captaste esta parte, Linda, de decir, bueno, es importante que el fundamento es que el operador o el terapeuta tiene la claridad y la certeza, como tú nos la estás compartiendo, de que esto va a funcionar. Y entonces es como el trabajo de un poquito de, déjame decirle, de educación o de enseñanza de cómo funciona el aparato para el cliente o para el paciente. Viene antes para que ya el trabajo mismo solamente es una confirmación de aquello que el cliente está buscando, de que el paciente anda buscando su salud, su mejoría en los negocios, etcétera. Entonces es un punto interesante porque de repente, por lo menos en mi experiencia, de repente es así como que, híjole, ¿cómo le...? No dudo del aparato ni dudo de mí, es cómo va a tomar esto el cliente, ¿no? I have a client, I remember about a year ago, I had a client and he's an entrepreneur. He works in, se me fue en bienes raíces, good roots, no.
Real estate.
Vende casas, he builds and sells houses. ¿Cómo se dice? Se me fue.
Real estate.
Real estate, sí, gracias. Good Roots es que sí le pusimos una vez Jani y yo al negocio, Good Roots. So he sells houses, but his office, when I run the analysis, it reported, let me say it in Spanish and you will find the word in English, ocupación satánica. Satanic occupation. Say, it was the first time for me. Say,
busy.
Does that mean that the devil is living downstairs or what? In the building. And the building is in the nicest place, nicest area in the metro area of Monterrey. So finding this out, I have to call Germany and say, tell me about it. Because I had a few ideas of what was the meaning of ocupación satánica, but I was not sure. When I talked to some of you may know Michael Dance, he's in the Time Weaver offices in Berlin, and he started talking to me about magicians, witches, witchcraft, and things like that. Say, well, we have that in Mexico. I mean, I can take it easy now because I thought it was another thing, not only what we arrived, talking with Michael, said maybe it was somebody many years ago working with some black magic or anything like that in the place, in el terreno, and then years and years later they build up this building, and so that was the signal that thing happened many years ago. See?
Yeah, because
that didn't help me to build trust with my client because I was not sure. I mean, it was the first time I was dealing with this. Sorry, you were going to mention.
Yeah, I said the energy was there.
Mm-hmm.
The energy, and of course, I have another example, if I may.
Sure.
It's a very sensitive example, but I believe that is helpful for us. So it's one of my experience with one of my clients. He's a business person, and he had this intention to have a business of 1 million euros.
Okay.
Online business. This was his intention. Using Amazon, selling products on Amazon.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
This was a trend in Romania some years ago to sell things or to create brands and to sell them on Amazon, and still is. Mm. And I did with him a simple time waiver analysis. Mm-hmm. On his intention. And out of the 10 information that I take out every time with each client, the second information in the list was an information about something regarding sexuality.
Okay.
Okay.
But the intention was a business objective, a business goal, okay? And I said the information to the client, and the client started to deny because the information field is putting in front of us a type of information, yeah, and the client in his mind is correlating that information with his life. And half an hour, he explained to me that he has no sexual problems with his wife. And I said, I trust you. I don't blame. I don't want to say that, or Time Waver doesn't say that you have sexual problems with your wife. Of course, the discussion was after that ruined because he took it personally. And I'm sharing this because this is an extreme case, that a study case that happened to me. Okay, this friend has a house. So we stayed overnight in his house. And in the morning, when I woke up, I went in the dining room and I was shocked because on the table, there were a lot of sexual toys put on the table. So in that evening, this client and my husband, they are friends. He presented to my husband the sexual toys that he intended to sell on Amazon. And that morning, I realized that Time Waver was accurate because he already purchased the models from China to travel to Romania to choose which sexual toys he will sell on Amazon. So this information was already in his information field.
Right.
But he didn't tell me.
Okay.
For any reasons, he didn't say it. He didn't mention it.
He didn't mention it. So Time Waver was right.
Right.
And then he admitted that the information was about the business, and he made a mistake. He understood and made a connection with his personal life.
Right.
And,
And that takes me to informational fields will take us to the unsaying, what we don't say, what we don't want to look at.
Or to talk about.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that, even if it's part of, in this case, it's part of the business, but it implies a little bit of shame. Because
I don't want to put a label, but I just wanted to say that we need to be very, very careful and not to, how to say, not to accuse somebody or no, it's just let it the information field is accurate.
Yeah, right. I would say that. I would
This
say
is
that
my
the information field is accurate and it's transparent.
It's transparent, yes.
Transparent,
yes.
right? And we have to be, we have to. In any case, we have to tell our clients or our customers or our patients, say, this is going to read you. Even to those places, those areas you don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, you are completely naked in front of Time Waver, if I may say, like a metaphor. I mean, you cannot hide.
You cannot hide from yourself, and you cannot hide from informational fields. Wow, that's a good one. And if I am the client, I would love to hear that, say, okay, so I have to be very clear and very transparent in order to get the most of the consultation or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's very important the client to be sincere, to say the truth, to admit the truth, to recognize his truth or his, let's say, limiting beliefs or his, let's say, emotional blockages. they are inside of his subconscious mind. They
Let's
are
hear
there.
some other opinions and comments. Anyone? ¿Alguien tiene algún comentario, opinión o algo por el estilo?
Ahora sí que entendí el concepto general, pero no puntual, no muy puntual en la parte de lo que decía de cómo fue que obtuvo lo de Amazon, lo de lo que, ¿cuál fue el resultado?
Voy a ver si lo puedo sintetizar.
Mira, dos cosas nada más para Marco, dos cosas, eso y lo otro de las relaciones sexuales, así la sexualidad con su esposa, no sé, no lo entendí muy bien. Eso.
Bueno, es que sí estaba la señal. Mira,
¿Cómo?
lo que pasa es que el planteamiento era cómo hacer un negocio, cómo llevar el negocio de juguetes sexuales a Amazon. Y entonces, el punto es que el reporte del Time Waiver reporta algo al respecto de sexualidad. Y entonces, Mihaela lo aborda de alguna manera así como que, oye, pues, ¿cómo andas en tu vida sexual con tu esposa? Y el tipo dice, no, yo estoy a todo dar, guau, no pasa nada. Resulta que él es amigo del esposo de Mihaela. Esa noche o esa mañana más bien, baja a desayunar o baja al comedor y encuentra todo un muestrario de juguetes sexuales, porque en la noche se lo había mostrado al que le leyeron el Time Waiver al esposo de Mihaela. Entonces, este es el negocio, ¿verdad? O sea, de eso se trataba. Entonces, el tema es que no era un tema de sexualidad, de problemas sexuales entre la pareja del cliente. Era un problema, ni siquiera un problema, era un tema de sexualidad en el reporte del Time Waiver. Entonces, lo que estamos concluyendo es como que el Time Waiver va a leer tu campo de información, va a leer tus campos mórficos, si los quieres llamar así. Al final del día necesitas ser muy transparente, necesitas avisarle al cliente y al paciente que va a ser esto muy transparente, porque te pueden salir cosas que de repente, por ejemplo, cuando no tiene más información, el coach en este caso, dice, oye, pues aquí hay un tema de sexualidad, güey, ¿qué onda? Y Mihaela lo aborda de manera de, oye, preguntando, ¿tienes algún problema con tu wifi o con tus relaciones sexuales con tu pareja? Pues, y el tipo dice que no, pero no era problema, ni era problema, ni era con la pareja, era un tema de sexualidad por el producto que se iba a vender, ¿sí?
Ok.
Eso fue el tema. Entonces, a mí se me hace interesante. Yo lo que deduzco de ahí es como avisémosle, comentemos con nuestros clientes, con nuestros pacientes, con nuestros consultados, que la lectura de lo que hacen los dispositivos como el esquí o como el Time Waiver, pues es general, o sea, se va hasta lo que no quieres, lo que normalmente no habla, lo que normalmente no quieres comentar, porque pues no tiene filtro. Simplemente agarra y lee lo que va a encontrar en tus sentimientos, tus pensamientos, tus acciones que traemos en nuestro campo de información. Los traigamos conscientes o los traigamos inconscientes. Ese es al final del día, ese es el punto, ¿no?
Sí.
Eugenia Belden, platícanos, ¿qué escuchas? ¿Cómo lo escuchas?
Hola, Marco, hola a todos.
Good morning.
Hola.
Hola. Muy interesante. So I would like to ask some, Mihaela, hello, thank you. About this, what you're saying that we should have this like confidence with the client. So you should recommend that you have some interviews before and have some reports with them. Like if it's a new person that you don't know before, then you should like have some interviews or some before applying the Time Waiver, not during the first meeting.
Yes, I believe it's very important to have like maybe interview. It's too much to say like an interview, but it's like I call it like awareness meeting. Let's meet each other. Let's know each other, and let me know more about you. And I would like to stress, just 1 second to take out from my, just 1 second to show you.
Le preguntaba nada más que si era importante como
Sí, claro.
poner time Weber, hacer una entrevista o personal o, ¿verdad? Para...
In the book of Christiane Brandt, she has 2 books. One is Healing with Information Medicine, and another one is it's for business. But I have here the one for the Healing with Information Medicine. She has here in the end of the book, she has like a questionnaire. I mean, like some questions that we can put to our client before, like a hypnosis. I mean, like a resume. Okay, this is your life, how the life looks now in this moment. So I know as a therapist or as a coach, your present state, from where we go. Yeah, so we have, I just say to you, if there are health problems, if something regarding profession, family, your mind, the place where you live. So she has some items, and you check, oh, here, this is it. And from my experience, after you apply such a questionnaire with a client, you have an overview. Okay. You have like a map of the client situation right now. And I suggest
yes,
to invest some time in this before doing the analysis.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, because when you sorry, go.
No, dale, Marco. Decía que sí es muy importante. Yo también creo en esto.
Yeah, in consultation, in business consultation, you always do like let's call them a clinic's history, getting some information with soft and hard data about it, about the person, about the leader, about the entrepreneur, and about the business, and about the overview. What is he looking at? What are the highlights? And you do an interview with that. So that in order to start the consultation or the coaching or the whatever it is, call it, you will have some information in advance. And something I learned with Johan is I don't have to do I don't know how you do this, Mihaela. In order to do the consultation for clients, I don't have to go through the analysis with him. I do the analysis, I get the data, and I run the analysis in the machine, in the computer, and then we can discuss, we can talk about the results in the report. We don't, because I was making that mistake at the beginning, and I run with every coachee the analysis in at the same time via Zoom, and then I was trying to explain every item, and it was too hard. It was too long, and that was not what I should be according to the, well, I don't know according to what, but when I talk about this with Johan, say no, you can do the analysis in your own office, in your own computer, and then sit with the client or the coachee and talk about the results and the report that he already have or she already have.
I want to tell you something. The way I'm doing it after 5 years of practice. At the beginning, I was taking out from the information field a lot of information. I'm telling you, but please don't laugh. In my first analysis, I took out 500 information.
Wow.
Because my client was very eager to learn more about the subconscious mind.
Okay.
But after I started to present the information, not the 500, because I didn't have the time, but after the first 10 information, my client said, oh, now you put me in depression.
Oh.
You know, I mean, she started to feel bad.
Okay.
And then I realized, oh my God, I need to be very careful how many I present. Doesn't matter how prepared the client is. I need to be very in short information, not a long list of information. Yeah, so I started to practice 10
Okay.
and 10, and now I'm practicing 5.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's not easy to accept the information.
Right. Right.
They have, let's say, how to say, resistance. I mean, some people can accept easily, and some they have resistance to change or resistance to the information.
Right. It's like a mirror. Information is like the mirror, and so sometimes there are things about me that I don't like, and not precisely with talking with other person. Just let me give a brief information for Norma, because she's the first time she's she's related to all this quantum physics and informational fields, but we're talking. Norma, are you there? No,
Aquí estoy, Marco. Yes, I'm
okay.
here. Sorry, I cannot open my camera. I'm on the road. I'm driving. Sorry.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to let you know that we're talking about, particularly about the report that the time waiver, este dispositivo de tecnología alemana, the time waiver generates a PDF, a report on whatever the analysis came, and that's why sometimes it's like 500 items, which is a lot of information, The rest of us are related to the reports, but I just want to make that clarification for you. And in any way, in any moment, please feel free to make any comments or questions, Norma.
Very good, thank you.
Okay.
Georgina put some questions here in the chat, and with your permission, I would like to answer. The first question is regarding always should be a permission to work for a client or with the client. Yes, we need the permission of the client to introduce his personal data in the time waiver software. Because in my practice, in business as well, and also in personal coaching, I encountered the situation that I met people who didn't give me permission. So we can find people that they don't want to give you permission. Yeah.
Right.
So this is very important. I always ask permission.
Right.
Always.
This is part of what I call the psychological contract. At the very, very beginning, session 0, maybe, is the relation between the coach and the coachee has to be very open. And as you mentioned, and this is in order to give you best service. I am as the coachee. I have to explain and to put on the table the psychological contract, and this is nothing else but the expectations. I expect to give you the best service, and in order to do that, you need to give your permission or your authorization so I can read all your information. For sure, there will be an ethical code in order to be confident about the information. So the client or the coachee doesn't know how far we're going to be looking at their information, at their person, at their life. So And neither do I, neither do us. So we just have to put this on the table.
Yeah,
That
if
was
the
a good
client
question.
is not open,
Yeah.
we cannot start and we cannot do anything for the client. If the client is not open 100%.
Yeah, and there are and sometimes there are some. I have a client right now that he's asking me, but I need this person to do that and that. Says, wait, I can do that. I cannot do that. I mean, I have to look for, you know, in your goals, in your objectives, in your intentions, where can this fit? So I can work reinforcing this, not what you are mentioning. Because I mean, it's very easy to do that, but I really will say that's manipulation. Okay?
Yes, of course, the client, of course, I mean, we take out information or we take from the information field information and we put information in his consciousness present, okay? But this doesn't solve the problem or the situation of the client. The client, based on our discussion, coaching session, on our awareness that we bring to his consciousness, he must, this is must with capital letters, do something after the analysis.
Yeah.
He must apply the awareness in his life. I mean, I cannot change anything in his subconscious mind.
No. No way, Jose, say the gringo said, there's no way, Jose.
No, you know, I don't want to do that.
There is no need for to do that.
It is his life.
Right?
How can I interfere with his life? I will give you a metaphor. It's my favorite metaphor that Michael Dance gave me this metaphor in the first meeting we had at Time Waiver Congress. I don't remember the year, but when it was in Germany, the Congress, not online. He said something very simple and very true. He said like this, the person, when he's born, it's like a violin, the perfect violin, the perfect tune. And then along the way, the violin, the sound of the violin, oh, it's not so good. It's not perfect anymore. Time Waiver is helping the client to identify which of the strings of the violin needs to be arranged or fine-tuned.
Yeah, fine-tuned.
Okay, but me as a coach or as a therapist, I can help him, guide him, motivate him, which string. But the fine-tuning is his job.
Wow, that's a good one, a very good
I
one.
don't do his job.
No.
Yes, no.
You don't.
No, because that's his lesson. It's his lesson to solve. I mean, but I can point. And Time Waiver is very good at pointing out the trouble. Where is the trouble?
Wow, that was a very good one. An excellent picture.
En idioma de yoga le llaman no meterte en karma ajeno. Así que, ¿no?
No meter las narices en karma ajeno, me gustó esta también.
No.
Ya con el tuyo tienes, ¿para qué andas batallando con nosotros? Okay.
Sí.
Oh,
No
wow.
sé si me entendió.
You got that?
You understand me?
About the karma? Don't mess with the others, with the other person's karma. mess with your own one.
Yeah.
Your karma is enough.
Okay.
Eugenia is putting a very good person. A very good question. What about if you want to include a group of persons? Because this is possible in Time Waiver, yeah, to work with groups. Do you need all the permissions of the all members? Yes. Yes. If one says no, there is the weak link in the group.
Mm-hmm.
Because in order to accomplish a project or a goal or something, you need all the people to be involved. All, not oh, I don't want. This happened to me. I had to work with 8 top managers in the group, and one of them didn't want to participate, didn't accept Time Waiver. The rest, the 7 others, they accept to work with time Waiver, and one didn't want. So in 1 year, from this team, 6 people left, and remain only 2. Two were committed. Only 2.
Wow.
And they were top leaders. So the owner of the business had to change 6 of them. Of course, in different time frame. But after 1 year, when they call me again, I had new people in the group, completely new. Yeah, because they were not aligned with the mission and the vision and the objectives of the company.
Right.
And it's normal.
They didn't fit with the new wave of energy. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, they didn't fit there. Yeah, so they had to be changed.
Right. And I have another case quite different, because the guy who's hiring me is the CEO. So, but this is a family business, and the family business is 7 or 8 partners, but they are brothers and sisters. See, and like a good family business, they are not so. They need a lot of, we call them formalization, un proceso de formalización o de institucionalización. In other words, they need a lot of policies, procedures in order to be a business, because each one of these partners have their own business. This is a commercial they are doing, and the 5, I think there's 5 men and 3 ladies in the business. For sure, el negocio principal, the main business is the same for all, but each one puts his own signature on the business. They, in the corporation, in a corporation view, they only have they used to have only accountability. See, they only have accountants for about 3 or 4 accountants for all the 8 branches, but they don't. The partners don't hire me. The one who hires me is the CEO, and he puts, I need to align the business in order to be more corporative. I don't know what would be the word in English, corporativo. So that means they will be more business and more standardized in the procedures and the policies and things like that, and the best practices. Right, I got it. But and so he starts saying some objectives. We translate it to focus intention or quantum intentions. And this is started in December. So far, yesterday I was talking to him, and he's so pleased with the results because I'm not, how can I say, I have to differentiate this because this is a discussion I have with Johan Tech, and said, I'm not working with the partners. I am working for the business with the goals of the business done by the CEO. And it involves or includes aligning with the partners, but I'm not working with the partners. I agree totally with you because Time Waiver says you need the authorization of every person who is going to be part of the analysis. They're not in my analysis. I mean, I don't know if I can make that distinction in English, but they are part of this because as the CEO is working to optimize, let's put it that way, and make the business more business. That will be the word. So, well, I don't know what you think. What is your opinion about that? But I'm not messing with the conscious or with the persons, with the 8 persons. I'm not doing anything with them. I have let's call them an organizational point of view to transmit and work with the harmonizing the business.
As a principle in business that I use is I work only with one representative. Only one. I don't care if there are family, if there are one. I say, who is responsible? Who is taking responsibility for the business? Because I had this situation when one of my clients, she's a lady. She said, "Oh, my husband is doing." They were working together in a family. They were having a lot of conflicts, and my husband is doing that. You need to coach him. I said, "But what his impression? Is he willing to work with me?" So I met with her husband, and I looked into his eyes, and I asked him, "Are you the leader of this organization, or is your wife?" And she was my client. I said, "Who is the leader?" And he said, "I'm the leader." So from that moment, I said to my client, "Zip your mouth." I'm maybe exaggerating, but I couldn't do sessions or working or doing with both.
Right.
Because only one is in charge.
Right. In organizational development, we learn to identify who is the client. Who is it? Because there can be, but that can be a client, because the client is the one who makes the decisions, the final decisions, that is the client. So don't mess around. Yes, this is the client, but sometimes there is a champion behind the client. See, and the champion can be a council or the some other partners, but the final one, he's the one who's making the decision, and as you said, he's the one who's taking, or her, he's taking responsibility for whatever comes from his for her or his decisions. See, so that will take us to the client, but this also happens in the medical part, because you, as a mom or as a father, say, "Oh, I have my son, and blah, 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 and she needs some help." Well, I am responsible for her, even if she's a grown-up or if she's an adult. I mean, I agree totally with the authorization, because you are messing with the consciousness and the human, with another human being. But there is always one step before, which is it means your intentions. If my intention is to make good for anyone,
I want to.
Can I have just to clarify, MIHAELA? So
Yeah.
in this case, sorry, that you told us about the one that didn't want to cooperate. So at that moment, you didn't work with that organization, with this group. So you.
Oh, I worked.
Yes.
I worked, but it's not easy to harmonize and to align
Okay.
team. I mean, I have this experience where I did my best, but because they were not willing, all of them.
Yes. So, and what about if, for example, if you have like 100 people in this organization, like, I don't know, a bank or something, and the head of these organizations want to make this group time waiver session, how did he will ask the 200 or 100 people to say yes? It's like at the top of organization, he can just do it as a whole, or did he need everyone to say yes?
Everyone who is a leader.
Just the leader, like he's
Yes,
deciding for everyone.
Not everyone, only we work with the leaders because they are taking the decisions. The other persons in the organization, they are doers. They do the job, but somebody or several people, they take the decisions. So all the time we need to focus on the people who are the decision makers.
Okay.
Because when you take a decision, it's you apply an intention.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you influence the decision.
Thank you. Yes, very clear.
Yeah.
But in a business, it depends how big it is, but there will always be the one at the top. There will be the one decision maker who allows the other persons, the other leaders to make decisions. So the permission comes from the very high in the top, at the highest point in the pyramid, the organizational pyramid. So if you're working with the CEO and he says whatever he says, well, only take care of not going against ethics. That will be the main thing here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have another question, Marco, from Georgina. She said, sometimes, is it not information from the present, from the present, maybe from ancestors?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes, and Time Waiver has a coding in the analysis where we can see that. I mean, we can see from what level the information is coming.
Right.
And we have from the parents, from the grandparents, and from other people from the past. And I'm saying, I'm sharing with my clients the details. These details about where the information is coming from, which level.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And there's a short version for ancestors in my Time Waiver, and there's in energy points about 500 or 700 items for ancestors. Wow, that's too much, too much. Demasiado, too big to be read. I mean, to understand that, wow, I don't think it will take a life, maybe.
And do you think it's a good idea to send them the information all the time, like for an email or something, so they can have it?
I always send them. I'm very transparent.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And if they are interested, they can look at the PDF and they can work with the information from the PDF, and they can see the changes. Otherwise, how can I prove my work?
Okay. Yes.
It's like a guarantee. It's like
Mhm.
I grant you that this is going on in your subconscious mind right now, and it's on you what you do with your subconscious mind from this moment on. It's your responsibility. I did my job already.
Yeah. So yeah, so at the end, it's always about awareness. Always, you know, that the information field become the awareness of that instant moment when you realize something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes we forgot about what Eugenia is mentioning, because any consultation, any coaching or whatever it is, it has to do with awareness, consciousness. So if I'm making a consultation about my health, well, it has to come in somewhere. It has to deal with my consciousness, with my awareness of what's going on with myself, with my body, with my mind, with my spirit, or with my business. But sometimes we forget about that. To make consciousness, to have an awareness of what's going on around us, inside of us. That's, I mean, Marcus does a lot of things, saying, don't forget the consciousness. He found a foundation. There's a foundation related to consciousness, led by him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not every person is willing to live being aware.
Being aware, right?
It's a being. I mean, it's a decision that you take to be aware and to stay aware.
Right.
Because you can be aware now and you can lose awareness in the next moment.
In the rest moment, right? In the rest of your life.
Yeah, so to stay aware,
Being aware. Right.
Being aware, it's a very serious, I mean, it's a inner work.
A lifetime work.
It's a lifetime work. Yeah.
It's a lifetime work.
But it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, it's beauty. I mean, maybe it's not a word beautiful, but it's amazing to be aware, like a spirit. How to say? Like from the spiritual point of view, it's amazing.
Yeah, and we could say it is a state. Being aware is a state where we don't live all the time. We just come into for moments. So when we ask people, do you think is being aware is possible, or will that make you happy? Say, well, I don't know, because we don't have the arguments. We don't have the experience of being there all the time, even for a short period of time. I don't know. I mean, this may sound contradictory, but this is the experience that consciousness talks about, being aware. See, and being aware will give us health, will give us wealth, and give us many things we are looking for. But sometimes we just lose the lesson and the space. Maya, what do you think? ¿Qué piensas? Tú que andas en la yoga y todas esas cosas.
Es una disciplina.
Perdón, Linda, dale.
No, nada más quería decir, being aware es, no sé cómo se diga en inglés, disciplina, una constancia que tienes que tener mental. O sea, a eso venimos. ¿No?
That's our mission. We came to that.
Yeah.
Maya. Mayita. Ya se fue. Ok. Bueno, ¿alguien más quiere participar con eso? Con sus comentarios. Creo que se puso muy espiritual de repente. Esto está padre. Ania Quijano, ¿ahí andas? ¿O ya te fuites?
Aquí ando. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo están todos?
Muy bien.
Buenos días.
vas manejando. ¿Algún comentario de tu
Sí.
parte?
Sí, sí, sí. De hecho, I was thinking about if you see in the future, like people being as time waiver consultants or skill consultants or any other kind, that maybe we will be using like an undisclosure agreement about so we can give some kind of confidence to our consultants that about because there is a lot of information that we that come across or that comes out from the time waiver analysis. So that's my question.
So the question will be if there is some kind of agreement or there is something that I don't know what is the word. Maybe you know, remember that where time waiver always says this is not medical, this is not but informational fields can help you, but this is not medical. I mean that's the thing I can recall. But I think it's a good idea to sign an agreement in order to say, well, my expectations as a client or as a customer or as a consultant, coachee are this, and the obligations or responsibilities from the coach are these ones. We're not used to do that.
I always put in the contract this. I always put in the contract.
Okay. You use a contract, right, by the way?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Otherwise, because there are sensitive information
Yeah.
about the person. And, you know, with some people, I don't need contract, but with some, it's necessary. I mean, we have a very good connection. We trust each other, yeah? But with other people, it's better because not always they are happy with what they find out about their subconscious mind. Maybe they are not ready to accept what it's inside there. Yeah. Yeah, I will write here the name of the author. Just one second.
That's Christiane.
Christiane, yes. Christiane Brandt.
Christiane Brandt.
It's a second name as well. They are working together.
The name of the book is?
Yes, Healing with Information Medicine.
I didn't know that book. I only knew the other one.
Yeah, this is my first book that I bought from a congress.
Oh.
Then I bought Marcus' books and the rest. Yeah, Healing with Information Medicine. Yeah, it's very good to understand. It's like an ocean. Time waiver is like an ocean.
Information feels like an ocean.
Yeah, that's why. And information.
No entiendo la palabra que es.
Que es como un océano.
Okay.
El cambio es como un océano. Yo digo que los campos de información como un océano.
Yes, I understand. Yeah. No, lo entendí como locomotora, locomotion. Por eso lo entendí así como yo dije que es like an ocean. Okay. Yeah. Sí. En Amazon se puede comprar, ¿verdad? El libro.
Creo que no está en Amazon. I don't think it's in Amazon, that book.
I don't know. I bought it there in Germany.
In Germany. Okay.
I bought it directly. I don't know.
Sí, cuando yo compré otro de Christiane Brandt, pero es directamente con ella. No sé si ya lo tengan en Amazon, igual y sí.
The one that I bought for the business, I bought it online and it's in PDF file. The other one that I have here. But that's on business, only strictly on the business side it is, the other one. Yeah. If you have other questions.
¿Alguien tiene algún otro comentario o pregunta? Si no, para... Ah, sí los tienen en alemán. Está en Kindle en alemán.
Ah, ok. Pero en alemán.
Si lo quieres en inglés, tendrá que pedírselo directamente a la gente de Yo tengo la dirección de estos cabrones. Ellos no están en Berlín, están en Austria.
Ok.
No son la gente de Marcus, o sea, es otra sucursal, por llamarlo así. Just as information, Christiane Brandt is the one who wrote, or is the main author of the business part of Time Waiver. She develops all the database and all that, and I really need to talk to her because I have a lot of questions for her. I asked Johan to interceder to talk with her, having her as an invited in this quantum coffee. That will be, it will give us a lot of light in where she's come from developing all these databases. Pero sí, ella tiene su libro. Creo que a lo mejor no sabía de este otro título, pero creo que los dos podrán ser muy interesantes porque es muy práctica, es muy puntual la señora para escribir.
She is German.
Sí,
Eso.
exacto.
Yes.
Sí. En su negocio, en su versión de su negocio en Austria, tiene lo mismo, tiene opciones para un club de practicantes de Time Waiver en negocios. El detalle es que todo lo tienen en alemán, ¿no? Entonces no hay, no way, José, I have to learn German, so I don't think
German. Oh, it's amazing.
¿Alguien más tiene algún comentario? Norma, tú que acabas de entrar, que nos acabas de acompañar en este primer cafecito tuyo. ¿Algún comentario, duda, pregunta, chiste, recomendación, sugerencia, feedback? No. Ok. Bueno, si no tienen más preguntas, entonces creo que podemos dar por completada la sesión. Nos pasamos tantito de la hora. About time, we've been working with 1 hour, 2 hours, 1 hour and a half. So we don't have exactly how long it will be. Eugenia, ¿algún comentario? Te vi con cara de comentar algo.
No, thank you very much. Very, very interesting. Thank you. Thank you for your time, Michaela. Thank you, Marco, and all of the group.
Yo sí
here.
tengo un comentario nada más. ¿Va a ser esto frecuente? Para tener así como saber el tema y estudiarle y así como tenerlas, prepararme para
el cafecito.
y todo.
El café lo hacemos cada tercer jueves de cada mes.
Ok. Ok.
Normalmente invitamos a alguien. En este caso, Mihaela nos acompañó. Ya había estado antes, pero como nos hemos hecho buenas migas, entonces le pedí que me acompañara para facilitar un poquito el comentario, la discusión. Hoy no nos entramos, digo, fue que la misma conversación nos trajo a esta parte del Time Waiver en particular, pero buscamos que la conversación sea sobre la física cuántica y las aplicaciones. Entonces, igual y algún día tú nos platicas de tu esquí y tus aventuras, porque eso es interesante como algo médico lo has aplicado en la parte de negocios. Y eso es así como que muy significativo para las aplicaciones, porque salirte de usar algo que normalmente no está diseñado para eso, pero lo has hecho con muy buenos éxitos. Entonces, eso en un momento dado tú vas a ser una de las próximas invitadas a que nos compartas esto. Pero así es como funciona esta mecánica. O sea, es un cafecito cada tercer jueves de cada mes, y va variando. Hemos tenido a Nuno Nina, a Mihaela STROE, hemos tenido a Johan Tesch, hemos tenido al doctor Carlos Orozco, y creo que son todos. ¿Sí? Y en esta ocasión estamos otra vez con Mihaela, y seguramente agendamos uno de estos meses, uno de estos jueves contigo para que nos compartas esta parte del esquío, ¿no?
Ok. No, yo preguntaba por preparar y entonces así la especialidad del expositor y estudiarle para las preguntas, ¿no? Porque sí es como que, pues tuviéramos esa retroalimentación, ¿no? Pero bueno, qué bueno.
Sí,
Okay.
sí. Es más, la idea es que sea más casual, más
Gracias, Mihaela.
que fluya, que sea más que vaya fluyendo la conversación. En un momento dado, pues a lo mejor ya lo hacemos.
Mihaela, Marco, me tengo que ir. Thank you.
Okay.
Gracias.
Ay,
Gracias a todos.
Gracias.
Bye.
Gracias, Marco.
Gracias.
Una disculpa que no
Ustedes.
podía.
Gracias, Mijaela.
no.
Gracias, Marco.
Estamos en contacto.
Thank you.
Bye.
Gracias,
Gracias,
Marco.
hasta luego.
Gracias. Bye bye. Mihaela, you have a
Bye.
minute?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I mean, we have
My pleasure.
I really appreciate your pleasure, and you have you were prepared for with the Mexican coffee.
Yes.
Did
This
you
is
get more
the
data about where was the coffee come from? I mean, we have two places. Chiapas and Veracruz.
Just one second, because I didn't, they say here, Chiapas, Adelita.
Yeah, Chiapas is the southeast state in Mexico, and they still have a lot of native Indians there, and they do a wonderful handcrafts.
Wow.
When I met when I first went to this place is called there are two places, San Cristobal de las Casas, and the capital of the state is Tuxtla. It's hard to sometimes even for Mexicans to pronounce it. Tuxtla is the capital city, but San Cristobal de las Casas, it's a very small, but it is full of it's a global village. A lot of Europeans live there, and a lot of gringos, and a lot of Mexicans, and a lot of native Indians, and they keep their customs so far these days. So if you ever plan to come to Mexico, Chiapas is a state. They don't, they have. They don't have touristic beaches, but the town, the village is wonderful. I mean, you will love it. You will love it.
Now I know.
Yeah.
It's from one of.
I was wondering when the coffee comes from, and I say first thing I say it's Chiapas. For sure, it's Chiapas.
Yes, because the guy that is bringing coffee to Romania, it's a passionate about coffee, and it's choosing very, very carefully what to bring.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
that.
Thank you,
briefly with you.
Marco.
Sorry?
Thank you for keeping this custom with the cafecito and sharing, and it's amazing. I don't have in this moment the energy to start a group in English. That's why I admire you. I admire your
Thank you.
Your consistency with the event. Yeah, it's not easy.
No, I know. No, not easy.
Yeah.
I want to share with you very briefly about. Have you heard of Jacobo Greenberg? He's a Mexican Jew. He's a Jewish. He comes from a Jewish family. I'm not sure if he was born in Mexico, but he was a psychologist, and he started to make research, good research, on quantum physics, but not with that name. He called it teoría sintérgica, synergic theory, because it's some kind of a word that comes with energy, and I don't know what sinter means. Synthesis.
Would you write his name when
for sure. I will write the name in the WhatsApp, and but he was doing excellent research in our biggest and most prestigious national university. He came up with a psychophysiology lab. It was one of the hugest, and for the times in the 60s, it was an innovation. It was very advanced for his time, but he wrote a lot of books. I'm not sure if they're in English. I have to look for that. But what I want to tell you is that he came up with something that he called it, let me say it in Spanish, and I will look the translation, estado de certeza, certainty states. Does it make sense?
Certainly.
I mean, just the words. But just the words. I mean, Adriana and myself, Adriana is my wife, we took two courses, two small workshops with there's an apprentice, una pupila de él, a follower.
Yes, it's like, I know what you mean. It's an apprentice.
An apprentice of him, as he survives him. But let me tell you, he disappeared suddenly. I don't remember the year. He disappeared. The police, local police, state police, federal police, FBI, all was looking for Jacobo Greenberg. They thought at the beginning he was kidnapped, but I don't think he was kidnapped. He was, there's another word, abducido, abduction.
Abduction, yeah.
Abduction. So far, they don't know what happened. Once in another energy school I was attending, there was this priest who was the chairman, and he was telling me, he was reading some of their books. He came with this theory about teoría sintérgica, and I asked his father and said, the priest, and said, well, why don't you look for him in telepathy? He used to practice telepathy. This guy, friend of mine.
Oh, I see. I found him on Wikipedia.
Okay.
And I can see here two of his books, creation of or one book, creation of experience. It's one of the books that he very interesting.
Right.
It's the first time when I hear about his name, but for sure it's a reason why you are telling me this today. I'm sure it's a reason.
The reason is the state of certainty, el estado de certeza.
Yeah, this morning, Marco, I came to my library, to the bookshelves here in the morning after I drank the coffee.
By the way,
and I went and took a book out of the shelf and opened the book in a place about intention.
Okay. That's a state of certainty. Let me share with you what I understand about that.
Come on, I said, come on.
Yeah. It's maybe technically we could call them synchronicity.
Yes, synchronicity. It was a synchronicity.
Right. That's a state of certainty.
Because last night I had a group call, a group coaching, and I was speaking about this. So I brought this information in my awareness, and this morning a certainty happened.
Right. It looks like an automatic behavior. You just went to the shelf and take the book and open it. I
said, look how many books I have.
Right.
How, I said, the book doesn't speak.
Right. Well, not in our language, but in the energy language, it does.
Energetically,
right.
I went, took the book and opened the book there. I can show you, but it's in Romanian and you won't understand the language.
Right.
But believe me, I'm telling you.
I know, I believe you. I really, I'm amazed about
I cannot share. I cannot share this with people.
No, because this is the space we were talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
So this guy, Jaco, as they call him, Jaco wrote about certainty state, and what I learned about the workshop is like you became your time waver without time waver, because they teach you how to download the information and to behave in order to that. You don't go through the rational mode, just download it and do it.
That's amazing. It's amazing that you had the chance to follow a workshop or at least a seminar with a lady. It's amazing.
And this lady doesn't know about and I don't think she wants to know about gadgets like time waver because she can do it.
She can do it by the person, probably by herself.
Yeah. We will say it in Spanish. Instead of going in driving, we go by foot. This will be the walking way of downloading information. But it is without the rituals of the Akashic records. You're familiar with the Akashic records?
Yes, yes.
And time ago, I took the seminar and I took a certification. So I have a paper which I'm officially an Akashic record reader, but they are full of, for the beginning, there's a lot of rituals. So you have to pray to your angel, the angel, the masters of whoever. You close the doors, you open the doors, and so you spend a lot of time in order to start. And with this state of certainty, just connect, breathe, and connect. That's it. So say, I mean, for sure they don't see it as I am seeing, because they're not familiar with the time wave, and they are not familiar with this version of the quantum physics and the energy from that. But I wanted to share it with you because I talked it with my wife, but so far. But with a colleague that can see the possible implications of this is my friend. I mean, I can be a Wongian version of the time waver if I practice, because this is a matter of practice. Okay.
Yeah, you know, I'm a very how to say, interested.
Mm-hmm.
If you find something in English regarding this type of state, or anything that you believe that I can read, or because this is amazing. If if there are studies about intention and dreams, and I could find something now on the internet.
Yeah.
Scientific evidence. I found an article, scientific evidence for a connecting matrix, an introduction to biofield science.
Right, yeah.
I will send you this on WhatsApp. Yeah.
Okay. This lady is having a webinar this weekend, but it's going to be conducted in Spanish. And I'm planning to invite her to the cafecito. She's kind of a resistance to this, but I will see if she can agree to come with us and share what is all this about.
Why not? Maybe it's a matter that you insist.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah, because it's very interesting information. I sent you now the link.
Yeah, I got it here.
And let me check for more. Yeah, for more information about Jacobo.
Yeah, right.
Jacobo.
We pronounce it in Spanish, Jacobo.
Jacobo,
Greenberg.
it's written with J.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I mean, because I need to write it correctly. The word, the type, his name.
Jacobo is with a K. Jacobo, not with a Z. With a Jacobo. Let me write it for you.
Yeah, look, I found somebody that is Jacobo Greenberg Zilberbaum. Zilberbaum, yes.
Yeah, that's him. That's him.
Wow, but that's amazing. He's born in December, like me.
Which day of December?
16.
16. Oh.
Yes, I'm a 7.
16 December is when we start the posadas in Mexico. You heard the traditional posadas in Mexico?
No.
It's a ritual or a costume more than a ritual, where people gather around, they pray, and they carry small toys by the we call him Nacimiento of Jesus. He was born in where was Jesus born in?
Nazareth.
Nazareth, yeah, that's a place. But inside the Nazareth, he was in
a stall.
Right.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't know the word. that And so they carry the nacimiento, and everybody holds a candle, and there's a singing, and they go like Virgin Mary went to every house and said, we're asking for staying or posada, so, for a place to stay tonight.
Okay.
We call them
That's why it's
posada.
called, that's why it's called
It's called
posada.
posada. So it's 9 days before the Jesus birth. That's the 16th of December.
Ah,
So the tradition goes to people comes carrying the nacimiento, the toys of the nacimiento, and then they sing, and they sing something like, we are asking for posada en el nombre, in the name of the heaven, we are asking for stay tonight, and somebody answers in the inside of the house.
yeah.
And so it's a way of a dialogue, singing dialogue here and there. And at the end, do you open the door? Well, the first 8 days, you don't open the door. I mean, no, yeah, you have to, they go inside, they open the door, so they let you in. And on the 25, they put the Jesus toy, the Jesus Christ toy, let me call it like that, I don't know what will be the word, in the correct place on the Christmas tree. There used to be, there has to be a Christmas tree in the house. So the interesting is that the peregrinos, the pilgrims, come to the door and knock, instead of knocking the door, they sing, en el nombre del cielo, oh, pedimos posada, etc. But that should be your birth date, 16 December.
Now I have another symbol.
Yeah, you have to search another subject.
Thank you. Thank you, Marco.
You're very welcome.
I'm grateful. I need to run because I have another meeting. I have to
I know.
travel to another meeting, to go by car or by foot. I will decide now.
Okay.
It's too hot here in Romania. It's so hot. And probably I will go walking. Not with the car. It's 35 degrees. Yes, it's so hot.
And these days we're hot and we have a water shortage. Our dams are dry, all of them.
I believe we are heading towards that because it's not normal to be like this.
Yeah, I think it's a global subject.
Yeah.
Okay.
But thank you so much, and talk to you soon.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
We'll find some time. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I hope. Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
Coloy, ¿ahí andas? Coloy. Bueno, tengo que ir al baño mientras cierro esto.
Bueno. Bueno.
hecho catfish. ¿A poco la tanga se chupa? Sí. Porque anoche escuché que le dijiste a mi hermana que se quitara la tanga, que se la ibas a chupar.
Hola, hola, hola. ¿Ahí andas? Coloy.
Aquí estoy.
Ah. Oye,
Aquí
qué
estoy.
pena, no te pregunté lo del idioma y la verdad es que no sabía si iba a estar, si iba a llegar doña
Mira,
Mijaela.
te voy a explicar lo que pasó. Es que se me desconectó el internet por falta de batería del aparato este y ya no pude conectarme a tiempo. Mucho tiempo después te logré sintonizar de nuevo, pero solo para las despedidas.
Ok.
Algo capté, algo muy breve capté sobre metodologías para psicólogos.
Pues no
para
son para psicólogos, ¿eh?
Para consultores de empresas.
Ajá.
O algo así.
Sí, pero no es exclusivo para psicólogos.
No es exclusivo.
Lo que vale la pena es que la semana que entra nos pongamos de acuerdo y nos vamos a desayunar si tiene chance.
Bueno, no digo que no, digo que es posible, previo telefonazo.
Sí, claro, por supuesto. Ponernos de acuerdo que ya puedes.
Y yo te agradezco mucho que me hayas incluido, ¿eh?
No, al contrario, porque eso al contrario, qué bueno que nos pudiste acompañar. Lástima que no se pudo completo, pero son gajes del oficio, tenemos que aprender estas cosas.
Sí, ok, no se perdió nada, te agradezco, nos volvemos a platicar de nuevo.
Claro que sí, señor, estamos pendientes, yo te busco la semana que entra.
Gracias.
Órale, un abrazo, saludos a Chávez.
Gracias.
Bye.